Hello, today we are going to be looking at waves, and wave is actually a disturbance that causes the transfer of energy from one point to the other in a medium without the actual positions of the particles in the medium changing. How do we know that we've seen a wave? Take a stone, take a what?
A stone.
Take a what?
Stone.
Drop it inside a bowl of water. What will happen? You are going to see that there is a movement of the water in this form. Is that clear?
Yes.
Once you drop the stone, bottom, you see a movement like this. You see what we call a sinusoidal movement. You see what we call a what?
Sinusoidal.
So once you drop a stone, this is a bowl of water. This is a what? Bowl of water. You drop a stone at the middle. Bam. You're going to see this movement. You're going to see ripples. Ripples of what? Water. Is that clear? So that ripples of water, they are taking this form of motion. Once you drop, boom, the water will move like this and stop. It will balance again. You drop another one, boom. You understand?
Yes.
So this movement, this ripple movement is known as sinusoidal motion. It's known as what? Sinusoidal movement. Can you see that?
Yes.
Moves from a high to a low to another high. The highest high is known as crest. The lowest low is known as trough. Is that clear?
Yes,
The distance between two crests is known as the wavelength. Is that clear?
yes, sir.
The distance between a crest and the normal without disturbance, normal line, is known as amplitude. Is that clear?
Yes.
So this is the direction of the motion. Once you drop a stone, quicken, the water will move like this, ripples. Is that clear?
Yes.
When you plug the string of a guitar, boom, it will do or vibrate. Is that clear?
Yes.
The highest high is known as what? Crest. The lowest low is known as what? Trough. The distance between two highs is known as what? Wavelength. Whereas the distance between the high and the level without disturbance is known as what? Amplitude. Is that clear?
Yes.
So where can we see wave? We can see wave in water wave, like I said, when you drop something. That thing you drop is the what? Disturbance. Is the what? You
Disturbance.
can also have sound wave and have electromagnetic wave and other forms of wave. So wave is actually a disturbance. You drop a stone inside a medium. The medium is water that is not moving. But once you drop that stone, there will be what? Transfer of energy. So that movement is transfer of energy. Is that clear?
Yes.
From one point to another through a medium. The medium is water, is it not?
Yes.
With the average position of the particles of the medium remaining what? Constant. Is that clear?
Yes.
In defining a wave, you need to know some basic words to use. And those words are what? Frequency. Frequency is the number of circles. Number of circles. This is one circle. Is that clear?
Yes.
Number of circles, that is a particle, number of circles of particle vibration per second. It is measured in hertz. Is that clear?
Yes.
Amplitude is maximum distance or displacement of the vibrating particle from the rest position. Can you see the rest position? This is rest. So the distance from the maximum to the rest is known as amplitude. Is that clear?
Yes.
Period is the time taken to complete one circle. This is one circle, like I told you. This is half of a circle, is it not?
Yes.
This is another half of a circle. So a complete circle is like this. So the time it will take to make this movement is known as what? Period T. Wavelength is the distance between successive crest or trough. Measure the meter. This is a crest, this is a crest. The distance between two of them is what? Wavelength. This is a trough. If this thing goes down, you see another trough. Or from here to here, we call it also what? Wavelength. Is that clear?
Yes.
Wave speed V is the distance covered by the wave per second. Distance covered by wave per what?
Per second.
In the subsequent classes, I'm going to be giving you the relationship between all these, between F, A, T, lambda, and V. Is that clear?
Yes.
And we're going to also be having the general wave equation. Are we together on this?
Yes.
So that is wave, very, very important. This is wave propagation. Whenever you drop, that movement is known as wave propagation. It's known as what?
Yes.
Then as you drop that movement, every cycle that it moves is known as wave front. It's known as wave what? Wave front is a point where all of them, all the particles have the same energy. You understand?
Yes.
So once you drop, you have keep forming circle. This is one wave front, phase of waves. Is that clear?
Yes.
Then the movement is known as sinusoidal movement. Is that clear?
Yes.
Going high and going low. The high is the crest, the low is the what? Trough. Are we together on this?
Yes,
If
sir.
you like this, please click on the subscribe button. share our videos. Any question that you have, drop it on the comment section. Thank you. God bless.